welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And my World Cup Qatar report with a sky blue tinge, of course. Special emphasis on any City players, perhaps some ex-City players, perhaps future City players. Who knows? Well, we don't really know, do we? But I wouldn't have thought so. Not what I've seen so far. Anyway, perhaps apart from a £250 million 19-year-old, but we'll consider that anyway. So please join me today. Please, if you are new to the channel, push that subscribe button. It's usually all things Manchester City, but obviously this is just a special thing while the World Cup's on. So City past, present and forever. So join us. You're very welcome. Spread the word. And please, just give that little button a press. Just give that little thumbs up button a press. It's great to get views, but it's nice to get little thumbs ups as well. Right, welcome to this edition. Yes, we've got a game to finish off from Monday yet before we talk about Tuesday, because obviously I do have to go to bed at some stage, so I do leave the last game of the 4 till the following day. So obviously on Monday the 21st, we had the late kickoff. Late kickoff, yeah, well, it is for me when you're up at 2 o'clock. 7 p.m. kickoff here in the UK. Group B, USA 1, Wales 1, yes, at the Al Rayyan Stadium. Al Rayyan. Wales struggled to get into this, certainly in the first half, didn't they? Very lively USA. I was quite impressed. And of course, Timothy Weah, son of a City legend, George. All right, pushed it just a little bit. Gave the US a deserved lead on 35 minutes, and they went in at half-time, remaining on the front foot, and you couldn't really see much hope for Wales. You couldn't really understand if they could come back into this based on what they've done so far. But obviously a little bit of Wales improving, and perhaps the USA sitting back just a little bit at the start of the second half. It's a tale as old as football time, isn't it? Wales began to dominate, and it appeared that the Americans had actually weathered the storm, as from about 65 minutes onwards they began to get more into it again after early Wales pressure. But then in the 79th minute, a clear foul in the box. Gareth Bale, very clever, of course, but obviously give Bale the chance. I don't think he misses many. I don't know what his percentage is like for scoring penalties, but they got a deserved equaliser, and it was by that time because they'd almost done certainly the second half, certainly done a lot better than the USA. No more goals. It ended a fair 1-1. Although full credit to Wales, who looked incapable and totally outclassed that first half to come back and play so well in the second. Right, on to day 3, which was the 22nd of November, Tuesday the 22nd of November. And match day 1, of course, the first shock, wasn't it? Group C, Argentina 1, Saudi Arabia 2. That was at 10 a.m. at the Lusail Stadium, Lusail. No Alvarez starting for this one, so that was a bit disappointing. But it was great to see Old Otters, wasn't it? Old Otter MENDY in the lineup. And this was the best game so far by miles, and perhaps certainly the first shock of the World Cup, and probably the biggest shock of any World Cup, even going back to USA 1, England 0. And even that was before I was born, so hey, that doesn't count, does it? Early penalty. What happened to England players when we didn't get a penalty like that for holding, etc.? I have no idea. Again, although the VAR seems to be working okay-ish, and referees have begun to even say, no, I'm not having it, I'll go with my decision, which we'll talk about later. It's still annoying, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. But it's 1-0, a cool, messy penalty. Although, obviously, you wait for the goalkeeper to move and simply put it in the other side. It takes a lot of skill as a footballer to be that patient and be that confident to actually place it once the goalkeeper starts to move. It's very difficult, so all credit to him. Saudi have had a go, of course they did, but 3 more goals for Argentina, although they're all offside, so it doesn't matter. Some closer than others. VAR doing its job, the linesman doing his job as well. I don't think the linesman was wrong with any of them. But only 1-0 at half-time, so you never know at 1-0, do you? Surely Argentina would add to it against what had been a plucky Saudi Arabia, if not a fantastic Saudi Arabia in that first half. They certainly give it a go, and that's for sure. A lot of energy, and we'll give them that. But then the second half, it was a lively start, but it's Saudi. It's Saudi who quickly draw level. Fantastic goal, 1-1, and soon, amazing. Perhaps Nicholas Mendy was a bit at fault. He didn't clear the ball very well at one stage, did he? And soon, it's amazingly 2-1 to the Saudis with a fantastic goal. Then we get, yes, joy upon joy. We get a triple substitution, 59 minutes, including our boy Alvarez, of course, came on. And despite some intense pressure and some superb defending and a little bit of luck, you need a little bit of luck in cup competitions. That's how it is. Knockout competitions, even a little mini league like this. And a mishmash of Argentinian finishing. There was some good, some bad, whatever. Argentina just couldn't find a way through for the next 54 minutes. Yes, 13 minutes injured. I like this. I like this lots. I hope we follow suit in the Premier League with all this injury time added at the end. I like it. I think it's great. Not if you're hanging on, mind you, but hey, there you go. Alvarez himself, yeah, he came close. He came close to being a hero once or twice. Not quite, just nearly did it. I don't probably think he's done enough to start the next game, although you never know. But it wasn't to be, unfortunately. But what a game. What a fantastic game. And Argentina, 36 games unbeaten. Well, they are now. They're definitely beaten. On to Group D at 1 p.m, of course, Denmark versus Tunisia. Yeah, a bit. The first 0-0. Yes, the first 0-0 in the group. Well, the World Cup, there will be more to come. This was at the Education City Stadium, Al Rayyan. Ex-Blue Schmeichel, of course, a big city link in this anyway. And he had quite a good game, I think. Will Tunisia... were they inspired by Saudi's efforts earlier? Well, I thought they were. Yeah, I thought they played very, very well again. Denmark were playing in there apparently in things toned down. Bright red kit. I don't know what was toned down about it because of the human rights things and stuff like that. I thought FIFA were clamping down, but hey, anyway. As I say, it still looks pretty red to me anyway. Tunisia showed no fear in the opening, as you'd expect, in the opening knockings of this. And I think this is a par for the course for most of these underdog teams, I think, so far. And they didn't really allow Denmark to settle at all. The best chances in the first half fell to Tunisia with one superb save from Schmeichel. It might have been waved for offside or VAR for offside, but he didn't know that. A great save. Still 0-0 at half-time, into the second half. Tunisia still going for it. They didn't sit back. They still had a go. At least Denmark sort of had a try in the second, certainly more of a try in the second half, or they managed to play tactically a little bit better. They did have the ball in the net, but they were well offside. Denmark hit the post, but the Africans were always lively. I mean, the one that hit the post, it was easier to head in, I think, than hit the post, but he didn't. You need a bit of luck, as we said before. And to add a bit of humour to the tense proceedings, Tunisia brought on Sideshow Bob, or better known as Hannibal, at around 10 minutes left on the clock. And the ref, yes, brave referee, or perhaps other reasons, if it had been up the other end of the pitch, the referee denied Denmark an injury time penalty. Yes, he was sent over to the monitor and he ignored the monitor. He said, I know I made the right decision. To be honest with you, I think he probably did. But yeah, well done, referee. But as I said, if it had been up the other end, we don't know. I'm a sort of, you never know. Sort of conspiracy theories abound. But well done, Tunisia. A thoroughly deserved point and another great game for the neutral to watch. And for the 4 p.m. kickoff, which is the last one we're looking at that's actually been played today, sadly, yes, another 0-0, Mexico versus Poland in the wonderfully named Stadium 974 in Doha. After seeing Argentina get beat all up for grabs for this, so you don't one of them would go for it. And I think Mexico did. I think Poland were a bit more negative. So okay, I wasn't up there today with today's previous offerings, but up to half time, Mexico did look better, and hopefully there will be a better second half as the teams went in at 0-0. But yes, it's Poland who actually got the first big chance with a penalty 11 minutes into the second half. But Lewandowski, who's never scored in a World Cup, still hasn't scored in a World Cup. It wasn't his greatest penalty as a goalkeeper. That was my favourite spot to save penalties when I was a wee lad playing many moons ago. And yes, the goalkeeper made what was a very good save, but reasonably comfortable because it was just positioned right for him. He was moving in that direction before he kicked the ball. So if it'd been messy, perhaps he would have waited and stuck it in the other side. But yeah, a comfortable save. This inspired the Mexican fans and, yeah, to some extent Mexico. But yeah, as the second half progressed, I think both teams appeared to settle for the point. Well, that's one more than Argentina, isn't it? That, in all fairness. So there you go. And to come tonight, as I'm doing this, is the Group D game, 7 p.m. kickoff between France and Australia. I'll be watching that and reporting on that tomorrow for you at the Al Janoub Stadium at Al-Wakra. Right, just a quick look at day 4's games as match day 1 continues, of course. Some teams we've not seen yet. This is Wednesday, the 23rd of November. At 10 a.m, we've got Morocco, the 500-1 shots on with the bookies versus Croatia, 75-1 at the Al Bayt Stadium, Al Khor. This is on ITV and STV. And Morocco, yeah, they should have plenty of support. That's for one thing. PSG's Kami is their star man, who's said to have 3 lungs. I don't know how right that is, but he'll certainly bust one, getting all over the pitch, no doubt about it. Croatia with the 52-year-old Modric leading them, although generally this is a younger age version of Croatia than we've seen recently. And they are just as likely to implode as explode, in all fairness. Weak in the keeper position, a bit lightweight up top as well, but they're certainly capable of joining Belgium in the knockouts. That's if Belgium are capable of. Who knows after watching day 3 today. Who knows what the lesser lights can do. We'll see anyway. And then at 1 p.m, we've got Group E. Germany, the old Germans, 11-1 with the bookies against Japan, 500-1. Only one way this is going to go, isn't it? You never know. Germany, of course, we'll see how Gundo's doing at the Khalifa International Stadium in Doha. This is on ITV and STV again. And Germany, not the force you once were, of course, but you can never, as I say, you can never rule them out of anything, can you? And with old Gundogan pulling the strings, you never know. And Japan, well, they're always up for it. They're keen, they're quick, they're pacey, they like to get around. They've got a bit of an aging back line, which isn't great. I don't think the keeper's that fantastic, but they do like to keep possession of the ball. And they're certainly capable of causing a more stoic, let's say, Germany problem. So we'll see how that one pans out. And then the 4 p.m. kickoff is Group A. Spain, the 10-1 with the bookies against Costa Rica, 1,000-1. So with Spain and Laporte and Rodrigo, of course, our boys for this one. So I'm looking forward to that. Alfamama Stadium, Alfamama on ITV. Spain are a nice mix of youth and experience. And you feel that if they can sort of get 2 or 3 okay results and get through this, I think they could grow into this tournament. And of course, that recent victory over Portugal has lifted confidence. It'll be interesting to see as to what old Rodders can do to spur them on from that DM position. We'll see. It'll be interesting. I'd be interested to watch him playing for the national team as opposed to us. Costa Rica, well, Neves, their keeper, almost dragged them single-handedly through the playoffs, the qualifications. He's, though, currently the PSG number 2. Yeah, he's not in favour there at all. But yeah, they'll have to find a lot more than just him to progress in this, and they're a bit sit back and try and hit teams on the break. But this is a tough group for Costa Rica, and yeah, although we've seen good things from the underdogs, well, we'll have to see again, as I said. And Group F, the final game of the night, which I won't be able to report on tomorrow, but just to tell you about it, is Belgium, 20-1 against Canada, 500-1 with the bookies, 7 p.m. Of course, old KDB in action at the Al Rayyan Stadium, Al Rayyan. This is on BBC. Belgium, let's face it, they've had possibly better teams or younger teams of some key players and no real glory in the past. It's always certainly World Cup glory has eluded them as is European glory. But with KDB around, there's always a chance. There's got to be a chance. But they just seem to lack that something when the going gets tough. It gets down to the nitty-gritty. They just don't quite have it, unfortunately. And Canada, well, again, a free hit, one of these proverbial free hits for them, isn't it? This is their first qualification since 1986. So the joint hosts for the 2026 World Cup with the USA and Mexico, of course. So, yeah, I think they'll enjoy this. I think surely the wooden spoon awaits for them. But based on what we've seen today, you never know, do you, with Canada? So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Please let me know your thoughts. Let me know your comments on what you've seen so far or what's coming up. And join me tomorrow for another World Cup update with, of course, plenty of sky blue tinge tomorrow, hopefully. So join me then. Thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again. That's one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.